Good morning, students. Today we will continue with our same chapter, chapter 5, which is Adaptation in Plants. For this chapter, we already discussed lots of topics, and in our last video, we are discussed about the aquatic plants. There are 3 types of aquatic plants. The first one is floating plants, the second one is fixed plants, and the third one is underwater plants. We already covered about both the topics, the floating plants as well as the fixed plants, and for today our topic is underwater plants. As the name shows, underwater. Mean by that, these plants are found underwater. Okay, so these are the structure of these plants which are just found in the underwater. Okay, so some example for these plants are like tap grass or pond mint. Both of them are just example of the underwater plants. What are the adaptation of these plants? The various of adaptation. Mean by that, they are just underwater, so some structure is quite changed with some other plants which are found over the water. So, the first adaptation for all these plants are their leaves are quite thin and narrow. So, these are the structure of their leaves. Their leaves are thin and narrow, as well as they are underwater, but they don't have any waxy coat. Okay, because of this, if they have the waxy coating, so there are some problem arises. But lotus, which are floating plants, or fixed plants like the lotus, they have the waxy coat on their leaves, as well as the plants which are found on mountains. Also, they have the waxy coat because of from the protection of the snows and water. But these leaves are thin and narrow, but there is no any waxy coat. Okay, as well as they absorb and release air directly. They are just found in the underwater, but they are just release the air directly from their leaves. So this is all about for the underwater plants. After aquatic plant, there is a topic which is some other adaptation. We already discussed lots of topics for this chapter, like plants in desert, plants on mountains, terrestrial plants, plants which are found in coastal areas, plants, all of them which are found in water also. But after all of these, there are some another plants also found on earth, which are another type of adaptation, which are not very much equal with all them. Okay, and only 2 types of such plants which having the other type of adaptation which are not equal with all them. Okay, so the name is insectivorous plants as well as non-green plants also. Insectivorous plants, carnivorous, insectivorous, herbivorous, omnivorous. Insectivorous plants, picture plant. Did you remember this? We had all discussed in our GK classes. Okay, picture plant, the characteristics of picture plants. So all these, both the plants are known as the insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants means the plants who eat insects. The structure is just like they are just capable to eat some insects. Okay, so these plants are known as insectivorous plants, and they have the other type of adaptation. There are many 2 plants, Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. Already we have discussed both the plants and both the character of both the plants in our GK classes. So Venus flytrap, you know about this. The leaves having some spine type of structures. Here like structures there. And their structure is just like a hinge, and when the insect is attracted towards them and they just sit on these hairs, the leaves becomes closed and the particular insect trap out within the leaves. Okay, so this is the structure of the Venus flytrap, having the hair-like structure which attracts the insects and trap out within it. Okay, so this is the Venus flytrap, and another one is pitcher plant. Pitcher plant having the such type of a structure and having a lid also on the opening, and there is some letters found, and the aroma is just comes out from this. Okay, and because of this aroma, this nectar, the insects attract towards them, and whenever they sit there, the lid is closed and they are trapped within it. Okay, this picture, they are trapped within it, and after that the digestion process is going to be started there. So this is all the structure of the pitcher plants, and both the plants are known as the insectivorous plants. Their leaves just modified like this, they trap out the insects. Okay, so this is the insectivorous plants, and the another one is non-green plants. Non-green plants mean they are not green in color, and why the plants, the leaves are green in color? What is the reason? The reason is they form chlorophylls, but they because of the name of these plants are non-green plants, mean by that there is no any chlorophyll found there, and because there is absence of chlorophyll, then what happens? Because of the absence of chlorophyll, they are not capable to make their food. There is no any photosynthesis process. So quite problematic for all of them. Then the question arises from their key. Then where they found their food? They found their food from the dead animals or plants. In this way, they found their food items. Indian type and carrot root, both the example of these non-green plants. So in some other adaptation, there are two types of plants, insectivorous plants as well as the non-green plants, and we know about their adaptation, their characteristics. There is also a fact file given here. Why this happens? Why these plants are known as insectivorous plants, or why these plants eat insects? Because of these, all the plants which are found in our surrounding, their soil is much having some nutrients which are useful for them. They found lots of minerals in their soil as well as water also, but they don't have such type of nutrients to make their food and survive easily. As well as chlorophyll is also not found in these non-green plants, so that they are quite different from other ones because of the absence of nutrients in soil. So that is such type of different adaptation resource. Okay, so this is all about for these plants, and there are some questions given in our page number 68, which is for the fill in the blank with the suitable words. There are some fill in the blanks, we have to write the suitable words for all these questions. So the first one is plants that grow in water are called. The type of plants which are grows under the water, and the name of that plants are underwater plants. So the answer is underwater plants. Okay. The second one is lotus and water lily are dash plants. These are the example of which plant? Lotus and water lily, they are just found on the surface of the water and their leaves. Remember also, lotus and water lily are the fixed plants. So the answer is fixed plants. Okay. And the next one is flat and broad leaves are found in dash aquatic plants. You know about this? There are three types of aquatic plants. The first one is fixed plants, and the second one is underwater plants, and the third one is floating plants. Okay, so the leaves because they are found in the underwater, so they have thin and narrow leaves. Okay, and the last one is the Venus flytrap is an dash plant. Venus flytrap, which a plant? Both of them are just example of which plant? Insectivorous plants. Okay, so Venus flytrap is an insectivorous plant. Insectivorous plant. Okay, so these are the 5 questions which are just given in your page number 68 as in the form of fill in the blanks. Okay, so this is all about for this chapter. Have a good day.